Good morning.
Good morning. And Linda's mic's still crooked.
We just can't get these things straight. Now, if somebody will please let us know if you can hear us.
Yes, we got our mics on, but we don't know for sure. So if you can't hear us, call or text my phone, and I'll get the message. Call us on the other end watching. So call or text my phone if y'all can't hear us, because our mics are on, but we don't know. So
I'm hoping that we'll hear something before we get started talking a long time. I can't read that far, can you?
No, I'll go up there and look. No, I can't see that far. Okay, good morning, good morning. I guess they can hear us, Linda. I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome to Pinky Mo's Cakes, Cookies, and Candy, also known as Pinky Mo's Sisters in the Kitchen, and both the sisters are here today.
Hey, I'm happy. Yeah, glad we're together today.
It's I know a lot of people don't. I need to check my burner over here, Mary.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people probably don't understand why I don't like driving in bad weather.
Well, Linda, they had some bad weather here yesterday. I'm glad she didn't get out in it.
My skillet's hot.
Yeah.
I need to get that off the burner.
It hailed here.
We had 3 intense storms come through yesterday, and the whole ground was covered in hail. And it wasn't big hail; it was pea size. But if y'all have never heard hail, I'm going to tell you something. It is loud. I don't care if it is pea size. It's loud.
Yeah, it sounds a lot louder.
If you're in a car, it's really loud.
Yeah.
But everything was okay. It was just a lot of lightning, a lot of rain, and hail. And it was like 3 systems that came through. And I was worried about this morning because I thought we were going to have another one come through, and I didn't want Mary to be driving in it. But I think we kind of missed it this time. It went either north or south of us.
It missed us yesterday. And I live in Henderson, but I live outside in the country. Henderson got hail, and I didn't.
And it was big, wasn't it?
Yeah, big hail. Matter of fact, my neighbor, well, I say my neighbor's a lady that goes to our church. They put it on Facebook, the size of the hail, and from where I live, you could just go straight across to another main road, and they lived over there, which is probably not maybe 5 or 6 miles from me, and they got big hail. I didn't. I don't know, Linda, if it's because I kind of live in a valley. I don't know, but other people on the road, we didn't none get it.
They always say that tornadoes and bad storms have a path, and I'm going to tell you something, they do.
Yeah.
But this year, it's been different. Instead of going north or south of us, it has come straight down 2208 across 59.
It's going east.
And it's hit us several times.
And y'all have heard us talk about a lot of times how Chuck watches the weather. Chuck keeps up with it, and he told me, he said, Mother, the weather pattern is changing.
It is changing.
It's changing directions, because it used to, I forgot what he said, it came from 2 different directions, and now it's east. It's totally different.
I've said that all year long.
And he's keeping up with it.
And I have not been in a tornado, but I have been close enough to a tornado within like 3 blocks of one, more than once. And I do not like driving in bad weather. My sister's a little braver than I am, but I don't like driving in it. We have so many trees in East Texas, and this year alone, the route that I take, or that both of us take, going to each other's houses, there's been huge trees blown down during a storm across the road that we drive on, like several times a week. And I just, call me chicken, or call me scared, or you can call me any of that, because I'm not afraid to admit I don't like it. But I'm not going to get out in it if I don't have to. So thank you for doing that yesterday.
Oh, well, that's fine. It was fine.
So today we are making just something really quick and easy. It's going to be hot pepper queso dip. And a lot of people have their own recipes for queso. I know a friend of yours from Angleton, Becky. She used to make the best queso.
Yes, she did.
And she made it in a hotel room one time in Santa Fe, New Mexico, when we were working on the seatbelt survey. And I thought it was so good. But this is not that recipe. This is another recipe. And for those of you who like spicy, you're going to like this. If you don't like spicy, then you can leave out some ingredients, leave out the peppers. You can add a milder pepper. Actually, jalapeno is not even that hot of a pepper.
Well, that's in her opinion.
Maybe
They're hot to me.
opinion, but I'm going to show you what makes the pepper hot. And most of you probably know this already, and not to insult your intelligence, but when you cut, this has been washed, when you cut the jalapeno, you want to take all the seeds and the veins out. And I just take my little paring knife and just run it down there. And if you're scared that you're going to touch your face after you do this with your hands, wear gloves. You know, I use my hands all the time to do the peppers.
So that doesn't burn your hands?
Nah. If you stuck your hand in your eye, it might, but hopefully I won't do that. Now see that I've got the seeds out, but there's still veins in there. Mm-hmm. So you also need to take that out. And I just take my knife and just run it through there and get those out. And if you want it spicy or if you want it hotter, you leave the seeds in there and leave the veins in there, and I'll guarantee you it's going to give you a little bit of kick. But I'm taking these out. Now you can smell it. That's another thing. You can smell a pepper that's hot. And I like them diced really fine. And I've already got mine probably as much as I'm going to use diced, but I use jalapenos in my salads. I
smell them. They're strong. I'm getting a sniff of them in my nose. Maybe it doesn't stop my nose.
Smells really good to me. There's not hardly a day that I don't eat jalapenos, and they say they're good for you.
Maybe so, but they're not good for my stomach.
And again,
sensitive,
if y'all don't like hot stuff, well, you can definitely leave the peppers out.
I like a little bit of kick. I do, because that gives it flavor. I just can't handle nothing really spicy.
And if you don't want the peppers, you can give it just a little dash of cayenne, which is also peppers. But if you don't like it real spicy, you don't want much cayenne, because cayenne will also make it hot. And I keep these in the crisper all the time. I buy several a week. I know a lot of people in our family. I know Misty buys I think she buys a sack full every week, because they love hot stuff too. So here's what I've got here. Now this recipe for our members, this says 3 jalapenos, and y'all probably gonna think, whoa, that's a lot of jalapenos. This is actually just 2 here. And I won't use all of them today just because I don't want I want her to be able to taste it, and she's not going to like it. Mike doesn't like it either, but I do. Right? Yeah.
I did a jalapeno dip one year for Christmas, and it had 7 of hot peppers. I didn't eat none of it, so I don't know.
That is a lot of peppers. Okay, so in this little thing here, I have got, and I think the recipe calls for, is it a tablespoon?
Cilantro?
Of chopped cilantro. And I had this from the other day, and I put it up because I knew I was going to use it. So I'm just going to leave that right there. And then I've got 3 Roma tomatoes. I've got them chopped, seeded, and y'all are probably going to laugh or turn your nose up. But when I'm doing something like this, I don't want the seeds in there. I'm sorry, but I don't like them in there. If I'm eating cornbread and peas and I've got some pot liquor, I want all that juice and stuff. But when I'm putting this on top of something or cooking it in something, I don't want the seeds in there. Do you like the seeds? They get under your teeth. And
I don't particularly like them. I'm not as particular as you are. Sometimes I may take them out, but not always.
So this is 3, and they're diced, not super fine. But one thing that I like to do with tomatoes when I cut them up, and I love to do this in my salads, and y'all know I'm eating probably at least 5 salads a week. I like to put a little bit of sea salt on them and pepper, and I let them set before I add them to the salad. Do you ever do that?
I hadn't. No, I haven't.
It kind of, I don't know if it's just me or what, but to me it just makes them taste better.
It marinates in it.
It kind of marinates
in the tomato.
Absolutely, that's what it does. So we're going to move over here to the stove.
Okay.
And we'll be using this stuff later, but I wanted to show y'all this before I got started.
All right, I'll move the camera.
Now, if I had been able to find some good vine ripe tomatoes, I would have used vine ripe tomatoes, but I haven't seen you buying ripe tomatoes yet. Have you, Mary?
I hadn't. I'm wanting some good fresh peaches is what I'm wanting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I've got my oven on 400. That burns on Mary.
I feel it. It's here.
And I'm just using an iron skillet today. I started to get out enamel cast iron, but I wasn't sure if that 2-quart would be big enough, and I didn't want to use the big one.
Yeah.
So I'm just using an iron skillet.
Okay.
And in the recipe, I said 4 ounces of ground beef. I'm using this is about 7 ounces. Mike puts this up in different size packages, and I've weighed it, and it's about 7 ounces. So it's a little bit more than what it calls in the recipe, but that's not going to hurt. So if you're using more or less, and this is 96.4 hamburger. My skillet's hot, and I'm just going to get this started cooking. I did put just a tiny bit of oil in the bottom of the skillet, mainly just coated it. And I'm going to get this cooking here, and then we're going to add some beef broth and some seasonings to it. And Mary, I'll let you.
You just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll help you.
And we're just going to cook this in the oven in the same skillet.
Okay.
And I'm going to do one of Mary's tricks today.
What's that?
In the recipe, I said after you get this cooked to take it out, and then do this and do that. I'm going to do it all in the same skillet, and I'm not going to take it out. I'm just going to do it all at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, mine might not turn out as good as hers.
Yeah, yes it will.
I'm going to try it.
It's all going, that's where you're going to cook it at, so save some dishwashing, for sure.
And you asked me that day, did I like this one or the old mix and chop better?
Yeah.
You see, it doesn't get in the little deals as
yeah, I know it. I know it does. I know it does. I guess it's because this is like a spatula chopper.
Yeah.
You know, you can pick it up. And I have a problem using it as a spatula. Now, chopping it, I'm sure it's probably better than the other one because I wind up using a spatula with the other one anyway.
I really like this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you hand me some seasonings now, Mary, if you will. And I moved them over there.
Okay.
I don't know if
all right. Now what?
that's convenient.
That's okay. What do you need?
Let's see. We'll start with a half teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper.
A half a teaspoon of salt?
Yes.
Okay.
And I may not be doing this in the order I did the recipe, but
this is a 4 spoon, but I'm going to use it twice so I don't put it in the pepper. And a fourth a teaspoon of black pepper.
Yeah.
All right.
Pepper smells
All right. Now, what is it else?
And then I want a half a teaspoon of cumin. I actually Mike had to go buy that for me yesterday.
Oh, really?
He threw away the old one because it was outdated. And
You say a half a teaspoon?
a half a teaspoon.
All right.
Now this is kind of like it's kind of like a taco.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah,
cumin
it sounds
is like a taco seasoning?
Yes, I do. Okay. Now, what about the chili pepper?
And then the chili powder, I want a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder.
Okay.
Okay, let's see, we got cumin, a half a teaspoon of paprika, and in the recipe it says smoked, but I don't have smoked paprika, so I'm using paprika.
A half, did you say?
Yes, thank you. That's going to make it really good.
Okay. And what about the onion powder?
And give me a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and this is not in the recipe. I was actually going to use some fresh onion, and I had everything ready, and I didn't want to get the onion out, so I just said I'll just throw some onion powder in there.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Black pepper, salt, paprika, cumin, chili powder. Okay, if you'll open that beef broth for me.
How much of that do you need?
Let's see, I think it's a third a cup. This smells really, really good.
A third?
A third a cup.
Okay.
And this is just basically to give a little bit of moisture in there. And I'm using low sodium beef broth. It's a store brand. So,
a third a cup of
low sodium beef broth. Thank you, Mary. And now, I think I will take the jalapenos we're going to stir some of them in here.
Okay.
And cook them. See, it didn't take long at all to cook this hamburger because the way I broke it apart like that. Give me
Here's all this jalapeno.
No, no, we're not. I'm not going to do that to you. Give me about. Let me give you a new one that hadn't been used.
What?
Give me about a measuring spoon.
A teaspoon?
Yeah.
I hadn't used this
Oh, you
teaspoon.
haven't used that? Okay.
I
Give me
hadn't
a
used it.
teaspoon of those.
Of
please,
what?
Mary.
Of the peppers?
The jalapenos.
Oh, okay.
Now, y'all see I'm cutting way down on this.
Well, I thought you was going to put more than that in here.
Well, I don't want it to be inedible for
Well, I don't.
anybody but me.
Don't do it just for me.
Remember how Uncle Aubrey used to eat? He could eat the hottest hot peppers, like Laverne's husband.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Uncle JB might could too, but I know Uncle Aubrey could eat anything hot,
Yeah.
hot.
My father-in-law, Bobby's daddy, he would sit and eat pepper so hot that he would just break out in sweat.
I've seen. Give me another one. It don't have a whole lot in there, so.
No.
Now y'all can adjust the heat however you want to adjust it, and that's fine. We're just going to saute those a little bit.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to go ahead and do the cheese. Let's see, make sure I've got everything in here. See, in my instructions, I said remove this from the skillet and then do that, but we're not doing it that way today. We're going to do it. We're going to do it like Mama would have done it, like Mary does it.
I do a lot of things like Mother, cut corners.
I have got 15 ounces of cheese, and this is pepper jack. I actually got this is not pepper jack. In the recipe, I said quesadilla cheese. Have you ever seen quesadilla cheese?
Yeah, but it's in Velveeta quesadilla.
Yeah, well, this is the store brand.
Yeah.
So it's a processed cheese, y'all. I know that.
Yeah.
But this is actually only not quite 5 ounces. The recipe calls for 5 ounces of quesadilla cheese, 5 ounces of Monterey Jack, and 5 ounces of pepper jack. So this is 15 ounces total of cheese. And I'm just going to, probably would be better.
Are you going to just cut it or are you going to shred it? Okay.
I think
Okay.
You can help me cut some of it,
Okay.
Mary.
Okay.
If you will, please.
You want it cut in small pieces?
Yeah,
thin
just
pieces?
Little blocks. Don't have to be any certain way. Just so it melts easier, quicker.
If I can get into it.
I'm just going to throw this in there. Now, I could have already had this cut up, but I was thinking that we need something to do while we were cooking this. I didn't realize it was going to cook so quick. I love pepper jack. That's
I do too.
Linda's favorite cheese.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Somebody asked me the other day, did I eat any cheese with what I'm eating and not eating? And I do occasionally eat a piece of snack cheese.
Yeah.
Can you help me cut that, please? It's not something you want to eat all the time, but you can eat some, just in moderation,
Gave me a case.
I should have given you another knife, Mary. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to treat you like a kid. I guess that's the first thing I grabbed out of there. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Not like I don't have knives.
It was, I know it was hard to cut, but it's all right.
Okay. I want this to, you know what?
What?
I'm wondering if we need some more of that beef broth in there. You think we do?
Just whatever you think, Linda, but that cheese, I don't know. The cheese is going to melt, but you might need a little bit more.
Maybe just a tiny bit more. Pour a little bit more in here.
About a tablespoon?
Yeah. So we're going to save some of this. We're going to save the cilantro and some of these tomatoes to go on top. But I'm also going to go ahead and put some in here.
Okay.
And I think I'll probably just put maybe like, this is 3 Roma tomatoes.
And this is a 1 cup, right? You cut them.
That's what it come out to. Yes, it's 1 cup. Don't they smell a lot better with that salt and pepper on them?
They do.
I think they do.
They do.
So, now normally what I do is I'd put a lid on this, and that would help it melt better.
Yeah. It sure smells good.
It does smell good, don't it? And if you were cooking for a bunch of people and like you were having a party or a cookout or something, you probably would want to double this recipe.
And you can make it a head too, couldn't you?
Yes, you can make it a head. And I'm going to grab a lid out of here.
Okay.
And to see if we can get this melted quicker.
Excuse me.
And the recipe did say put a little bit of oil in there. It's all taken how heat is and everything. I didn't add any oil because I did just kind of lightly coat the bottom of the skillet, and I didn't think it needed any extra oil. Did you?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it did either.
I think the peppers or something kind of got to me.
Sorry.
I had to cough.
So,
wash my hands.
also in the recipe, I said use fresh or like flour tortillas or corn tortillas and fry them. I'm not going to do that. I'm using the bulk, and I'm using these little baked scoops. But I will tell you a little trick, and I like warming stuff in the oven like this. It just tastes better.
Yeah,
Don't you think
it does? It does.
So we're going to put some of these in there. We're going to put this in the oven in a minute, but it really doesn't have to stay in the oven very long because everything's done. We're just basically kind of heating it together. And if you want to use the real flour tortillas and fry them in some vegetable oil, heat your oil to about 375. Cut them in square, or not squares, cut them in little triangles. Corn tortillas, you can do the same. If you do that, I would want to put some seasoning on them. Like when they first come out of the oil, after you fry them, sprinkle them with some taco seasoning or some paprika or something to give them a little extra flavor. Y'all know I'm all about kicking the flavor up, especially, of course, that definitely wouldn't be no low-calorie thing. But it just makes it taste better.
Yeah.
You know, if you want plain, buy some pita chips. They're plain. You know, or you can buy some that are plain. There's some that are flavored too. But I'm just going to put a few on here. I don't know exactly how many.
I imagine that would be plenty.
Yeah, because I know I'm only going to eat a couple.
Yeah.
But let's see here. Okay.
Putting that
Looks
lid
like
on there,
it's melting
yeah,
pretty good.
it speeded it up quite a bit.
And to be honest with you, you probably wouldn't even have to put this in the oven. You probably could just keep it in the skillet and let it cook here. But it's really cheesy because it's got a lot of cheese in it. And again, if you wanted to add meat to it, leave the meat out, you could do either one. You could probably even use like grilled chicken in this, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely.
But,
you sure can.
I think I can put that in the oven, don't you?
Okay. Yes.
I definitely don't want to pick.
Looks delicious. This is the same essence as like using Rotel tomato, but Rotel tomato has a lot of juice in it, you know.
It does.
And so this is really going to be cheesy.
Stick this in the oven just for about 10 minutes. And
how long you put your chips?
I don't want them to stay in there probably over 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'll set the timer for 10.
Okay. Okay.
And then we'll come back over here and.
I love anything that fits in the category of Mexican food.
Yeah.
I like Mexican casseroles, dip, anything that's got that combination of ingredients, cheese and
we
spices.
Love Mexican food.
So
I'm going to get everything situated.
Oh, okay.
Ready to put back over here so when we take it out.
All right, but you're ready to go over there?
Yes.
I'll move the camera for you.
Thank you. And we'll just have these to put on the top to kind of garnish it with. Put this here. Mike doesn't like the microfiber dish rags. I love them.
I don't like them
He
either.
doesn't like them. He said they
I
don't
don't
hold
like
the
'em.
water. I like them because they don't hold the water. They dry quick. But anyway, I'll probably come in here one day and he'll have them all taken out of the drawer. Let's see here. I guess I'm going to get you a bottle of water.
I don't
Do
need
you
any
want a
water.
fork?
Well, I might need some water if I eat that dip.
You might. You might.
Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome. We had salads last night for supper with our fruit.
Trying to think, what did I have for supper last night? What did I have? Well, I had them baked beans. Oh, I know what I made. I made some out of the frozen the cheese frozen raviolis,
Okay.
and put marinade sauce on them. I didn't even eat any of it. I made that for Braden.
So what did you eat? Just the baked beans?
I tell you, my household, everybody has different appetites and wants something different. Braden had the spaghetti, not spaghetti, but the raviolis, and I had meatloaf. No, I know what I eat. Sunday, was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday evening, I sent Chuck to Cotton Patch and got, I wanted fish, and Hush Puppies was closed, and I was wanting catfish. So I sent him to Cotton Patch, and there was 3 big old pieces of catfish. Well, I couldn't eat but one of them, so I ate a piece of fish last night.
Was their fish good?
Yeah, it was good.
Hush Puppies is really
Hush Puppies
good.
is the best, and that's what I wanted. But they closed. You know why they said they were closed?
Closed or just closed?
They had to close Sunday because he said there had been an accident. So somebody in the kitchen or something must have.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know, but so I sent him to Cotton Patch. So I had a piece of catfish. So that's what I had with baked beans, and
that sounds good.
and I had some. Like I said, I had some mashed potatoes left over from the night before. Well, I didn't want to throw them mashed potatoes away and didn't want to keep them in there. So you know what I done? I put some sour cream in them potatoes and mashed them up and put me some more salt and pepper in it. And I made some little patties and put some bacon bits in it. And then I put them made little patties and put them in breadcrumbs. Then I fried them things, and then I put cheese on top of them after they got done. So we had a mixture of stuff last night.
Well, it sounds really good. Of course,
good.
I wouldn't have eaten the sour cream in them. But,
I know.
But potato patties are really good. They are. And it's a good way to use mashed potatoes.
Leftover mashed potatoes, yeah.
It is. Well, we had the salad with I rotate salads, like a lettuce, tomato, carrots, radishes, all the vegetables with baked chicken, and then sometimes I do with the fruit, with strawberries and a little bit of pineapple and grapes and the little mandarin oranges. That's what we had last night.
Well, for dessert, I had strawberries and Cool Whip. I made some homemade whipped cream.
I buy strawberries 2 or 3 packages at a time. Yeah. I eat strawberries probably almost every day, and they're really good for you.
Yeah, I know they are, and I love salads, but until I get my dental work done, I can't eat salads that well. So as soon as and I'm going to the dentist today. So in the next 2 weeks, I'll be over my dental trips, hopefully. Well, no, I won't be over them, but
I know you're looking forward to getting that behind you.
Yeah, I'll be glad to get my teeth fixed. So
is Linda going with you when you get
Carla's going to go with me next Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And you have, is it an afternoon appointment you have or morning appointment?
Afternoon. Yeah. So anyway, I'm looking forward to. I don't know. You want to come over 4th of July? I'm just going to have burgers, grilled burgers.
I don't know. I'm cooking here that day, aren't I?
On the 4th?
I think I am.
Oh, you may be.
I'm cooking here that day. Depends on the weather and what's
Well, I
going
hadn't even
on.
thought about that. And me planning on having company, and I was supposed to come over here. I hadn't even thought about that.
What time of the day are they going to come?
I don't know.
Is it going to be the afternoon? Are y'all going to do fireworks?
Well, I hadn't got all that completely planned.
Okay.
I had just mentioned it. No, I haven't mentioned it to anybody but one of the ladies in the church I was talking to the other day and asked them, was they going to do anything for the 4th of July? And they said no. And so I said, well, would y'all like to come over? You know, I just want to get together. But I forgot about that's the day we're going to cook. Why don't you just celebrate? Come over to the house. Okay.
What I'm cooking.
I was just having burgers and probably I may do some more than baked beans. Those baked beans was good, different. They were just a little different, and they were good.
I'm making.
What are you making that day?
Some muffins, and in my mind I was going to give them you to take home. But if you got company coming that morning, you may not.
Well, I don't know. I haven't decided when we're going to have it that day. I don't know when we're going to have it. Like I said, I've got to get it more organized. Okay.
I didn't know if any of your family was coming.
I hadn't asked any of them to come. Carla and Scott may come.
Okay.
But I hadn't asked any of the grandkids to come. The grandkids always has a big to-do on the 4th of July at their house. Don't you remember Shelley's always for years had all of her friends and family in that area, in Oklahoma and Burt Burnett area, she's had them over to her house. And they have a big party and fireworks. I think they said they spend $600 or $700 on fireworks.
Whoa!
I'm not doing that. I'd spend too much, but I'm not spending that much.
That's
but they have, but it's not just one person buying them. You know, it's a group of people that gets together, and they all go in and pitch in and do them. I would love to have fireworks that night because I just like fireworks, but I'm not sure because the next morning is work day for a lot of people, you know?
Yeah.
And so that makes it hard unless the people were local. And Linda, what time does it get dark now? It doesn't get dark till late.
Yeah, it's late. Don't get dark.
So that would be another thing to consider, and people have to go to work. So I'll just have to talk to the people that I have already talked to and see if they could stay late, you know. And if they could, well, then we probably would do fireworks. But my main reason for getting together is just fellowship. That's all. It's not necessarily you're celebrating our freedom, of course, but not for no big shindig or something. I just like fellowship.
Well, for the locals, it wouldn't be like they.
So that's what I'm talking about. Just for the locals, that's what I'm talking about.
So I had a couple more minutes left on the timer. That dip is bubbling, so I'm going to take it out. I put my chips in there, and I made sure they were single layer because I didn't want them stacked on top of each other. I'm going to only leave those chips in there probably about 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm going to take them out, bring the dip over here and the chips.
Now, if any of my grandkids is watching this, if y'all want to come, I don't care. I certainly don't care if y'all come. But it being on a Tuesday, the 4th, isn't that right? Tuesday, the 4th is on a Tuesday.
Yes.
It being in the middle of the week, it's kind of hard for people to travel, you know, to have to go back to work the next day. And I guess that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, unless they take off.
I've celebrated. We do it every Christmas, not on the holiday. But it's something about it when the holiday gets there. Ooh, that looks good, Linda.
Look good.
It's something about, do you feel that way, Linda, when you celebrate a holiday ahead of time or afterwards?
Yeah.
When that holiday actually is there, it's just kind of, like, well, it's just another day. And I know I felt that way in the past when everybody would come to my house for Thanksgiving, and it'd be a different time. And then when they would leave and Thanksgiving was actually there, I'd want to do it again.
Yeah, I think about Mama all the times that, it was hard to get everybody together. And when they were there, like before, after holiday, the holiday then, she would always usually, especially if we had it if we had our get together before the holiday, she would start calling people to come over. She was so lonesome.
And I understand that so well now because, I a few times when that holiday come and I didn't have anybody there or nowhere to go, I'd be down.
Yeah, it's
because I would want to do something that day.
It definitely does make you feel that way. Of course, it's never been anybody but me and Mike, so we wasn't used to a crowd being in our house on holidays. But I know I think about Mama a lot of times.
I know, I do too. There's so many things, Linda, and I'm sure everybody feels the same way. That so many things you wished you'd have done different whenever you had your parents still around. It just, I wished I'd have done more, more for them. I went, when Mother was in the nursing home, I would go and fix her hair, wash her hair, roll it, and go back the next morning, fix it. And I did what I could, but I was still working. But there's still times I think, Lord, why didn't I just put a little bit more effort and go a little bit more often? But,
you can always second guess yourself, but Mama knew she was loved.
Yes. And she knew we had to work. She was very understanding because we both worked and we was the ones that lived the closest, Linda and I.
Okay, now you can tell
looks good.
This has got, we put that little bit of extra broth in it, and you might not have needed that, but
we didn't put much.
No, we only put about a tablespoon. So just stir it up real good. So, and I'm just gonna put a few of this on top of it just to kind of, for decoration.
It tastes good too with it.
Yeah, it does. I love cilantro.
Yeah.
And again, cilantro is something you may like or you may not like. If you don't like it, we'll just leave it out.
Yeah.
And then we'll put a few little tomatoes on top. I'm not going to add any more jalapenos.
Well, you could add some to yours if you wanted to.
But anyway, help yourself, Mary. Get you some chips and dip. Get this off my hand. I knew this wasn't going to be a long video, but
hey,
we're
it's
in the
good.
summertime.
Yeah,
and we're thinking about things that you could do for the summer, things that people might like to do. And so when I put this recipe together, I thought, this would be something that you could have for, a get together, or just for, just for afternoon or evening snack or something. I'm just going to get a little spoonful. So it's going to be hot. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, thank you, Jesus.
Now let's see how. I'm probably going to think it needs more salt to it.
I mean, you're going to want some more pepper to it.
The chips are salty, so it really doesn't need any more salt.
Very good. Very good, Linda.
And you could, it's a little spicy.
It's not too
spicy. But it's not really spicy. Of course, if you get one of those jalapenos, it might be a little bit more.
It's not too spicy for me. It's good. It's real good.
And again, you can make this ahead of time. You could probably even triple this recipe and use the same skillet.
Yeah, you probably
because
could.
This was just this is just a small amount. I didn't want to waste it, and this is a little bit more than what I'm used to eating. But I wanted to try to just do something different.
Yeah, absolutely.
For my regular routine.
We do all kinds of things. I mean, everybody likes things different.
You could change cheeses. Any cheese that will melt, you could use in this. If you don't, again, you can adjust the heat. If you don't want the pepper jack, put more Monterey Jack in it. If you don't want the queso cheese, just get the plain Velveeta. If you wanted, like if you got kiddos that don't like hot stuff or spicy stuff. Remember, Kaylin always didn't like black pepper.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm sure hoping you get out of that, hon, because you gotta like you got my middle name. You gotta like black pepper.
Renee might be watching this morning. One of my granddaughters, Carla's.
Renee.
Hi, Renee. We love you.
And Carla is
And
there.
Carla
Yeah.
is monitoring,
And
yeah.
Miranda was watching yesterday. I don't know if she's
Yeah,
watching
I know
today
it.
or not,
Hopefully
but,
she is, but
I hope y'all will try this and get in the kitchen and cook something up. You know, you don't have to slave forever to make something good.
No,
you can put something together fairly quick.
Well,
if you want
this
to.
is something good for a snack.
Yeah.
You know, just after you've had a meal or whatever. So.
And if you wanted to keep it warm, make a double or triple batch of this. If you've got a lot of people coming over, put it in a slow cooker or a crock pot and keep it warm.
Absolutely.
And that way you won't have to go back and keep stirring it and everything.
Right.
Just set it and forget it. I mean, that's one of the beauties of a slow cooker or a crock pot. And I love the new digital
I do too.
slow
I
cooker
do
that
too.
we have.
I use it all.
love it.
I use it
do.
all the time.
So much better than that old one.
Right.
So hope y'all have a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend. We will be, let's see, where will we be?
Mondays at my
your
house.
house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'll be cooking by yourself
Yeah.
Monday.
Monday I'll be by myself, yeah.
So we are really pushing to get that 500,000 mark. So
Yes.
this might sound kind of simple to some people that's got, several million followers. But we love every one of our followers, the ones that watch us sincerely and dedicated and are so faithful to watch us. We'd love to have more. Y'all share our page. Make sure that you tell when you're sharing it that they are on the right page. But we're hoping soon to hit that
Yes,
half
that
a million
mark.
mark.
Yes.
So thank you again for watching us. Be sure to count your blessings. And is there anything else that I'm
No,
forgetting?
y'all just have a great weekend and look around you and thank the Lord for the beauty.
Stay safe from all the storms.
Love y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.